Oh, Cherry, hold on. The therapist told Cherry to stop watching or reading true crime stories. She had thoughts of murdering her 4 children, who ranged in age from 17 to 6. When Cherry was 16, she read her first true crime novel that she found at the library. It was raining and snowing outside that day in Baltimore, Maryland. She had had an okay day at school. At Paul Laurence Dunbar High, no fights broke out, nobody punched her, and she, meaning Cherry, punched no one. Cherry had come to the Enoch Pratt Free Library to do her homework. The house she lived in on Gold and Edding Streets was too damn crowded and noisy. Cherry lived with her parents, 5 siblings, and 2 cousins. Cherry found an empty table to sit at on the 2nd floor in the library. The place was kinda crowded. Someone left Small Sacrifices by Anne Rule on the table. Cherry picked it up and started to read the cover. It was the tragic story of Diane Downs, who shoots and kills 1 or 2 of her children. As Cherry sat there with the book held in her hands, she realized that in a few days it would be the 1st anniversary of Baltimore's child violent death. The girl was only 11 and she was found dead in an alley in Reservoir Hill. La-Tanya Wallace was her name. Police can't find the killer or killers, but it was said somewhere that Willie, the fishmonger, may be responsible. Cherry went to the section in Small Sacrifices that had the pictures of the Downs family. They looked pale and average-looking. What attracted Cherry to such a story was the innocence of the Downs children and the brutality of the mother. To say that Small Sacrifices whetted her appetite is a small statement. So it was true crime story after true crime story. No one warned Cherry about the damages and side effects of intaking such mayhem. Cherry checked the book out of the library, but never returned it. It was hers. As she exited the building that day, she entertained the delicious thought that someone could get a hold of her and end her young life. As they did, Baltimore's child. A boy was seen with Baltimore's child when she walked out of the library. The librarian said the girl was in a hurry, but in a hurry to where though? It was raining and she had a raincoat on. At first, Cherry had such compassion for the victims, each and every single one of them. The whoremongers, the helpless babies, the backsliders, the faithful mothers, the hookers, the thieves, the armored car drivers, and the predators. But then she caught feelings for the murderers and started to envy the ones who had not been caught yet, and the ones who will never be caught. One such was the murderers, or murderer, of the saint, Louis Doe. The girl was black and between the ages of 8 to 11. That song from Sesame Street always plays in Cherry's head each time 11 is spoken or written. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What a joyous little ditty. The song actually counted to 12, but what the hell? Someone or someone's removed St. Louis Doe's head, left her half naked, and tied up in the basement of an abandoned building that had the Latin word Domi written above the entrance door. Cherry believed in her heart, and way down deep in her soul, the parents of St. Louis Doe did her in. Oh, if the urges to kill her 4 children finally won out, and she took off after doing the deed, the law would still know it was her and only her. 4 dead children and a missing mother still wouldn't cut it. Cherry stands and observes her children as they sit around the dining table doing their homework. La-Tanya, Telethia, Sir Christopher, and Jeffrey Lynn. Such sweet children. For some strange reason, Gallows Pole by Led Zeppelin started to play in her head. But why though? Cherry's children each carry the name of a child victim, either missing or dead. And the Bible says in Luke 2:23, "Every male that openeth the womb shall be called holy to the Lord." Cherry's first child was a girl, and so her womb must be cursed. Cherry knew right away to name her La-Tanya. Then came Telethia Renee, who was named after Telethia Good, who went missing from Baltimore in 1978. Her 3rd child was a son, and he arrived into the world through her cursed womb 2 years later. She named the boy Sir Christopher, after a 2 or 3-year-old boy who went missing after a house fire in California. Then her youngest, Jeffrey Lynn, was named for a teenager who disappeared from Arkansas. At first, Cherry wanted to name her Tammy, after Tammy Ann Jarvis from Louisiana. But Cherry thought giving her daughter a boy's name was cool. As the children who were named because of misfortune, and because of their mother's undying interest and love of true crime, continued to do their homework, Cherry thought maybe she should bake them a strawberry cake. What does the song say now? Strawberry fields forever. Yes, strawberry fields forever. Some song was always playing in Cherry's head, and some victim's name was always running through her head. If she could bear 1,000 children, each one would carry a long forgotten to the world, but not to Cherry victims' names.